Hello, and welcome back to the English SongcCast. I'm your host, Alex, and I'm feeling, a little bit sleepy today, to be honest.
You and me both, Alex. I'm Sam, and today we are diving into a topic that everyone loves, but nobody seems to get enough of. Sleep. That's right. Whether you're a night owl who stays late or an early bird who loves the sunrise, talking about your rest is a huge part of daily English conversation. If you go to a doctor, talk to a colleague, or just chat with a friend, you need these words. But before we get into the zzz, we have some very important business. We want to give a massive shout out to two of our listeners. Yes, a huge thank you to Ramon Acosta and Kelfie Morell. Thank you both for your fantastic comments on our previous episode. Your support really keeps us going. If you want to shout out like Ramon and Kelfie, stay tuned until the end of the episode to find out how. Now, Alex, let's help our listeners wake up their English brains.
Okay, let's start at the beginning of the night. When you decide it's time to go to bed, you don't always just say, "I'm going to bed." A very common phrasal verb is turn in. It's a bit more casual. Imagine you're at a party and you're getting tired. You tell your friends, "It's been a long day, guys. I think I'm going to turn in." "My flight is at 5 a.m., so I need to turn in early tonight." We usually turn in around midnight during the weekend. Nice. Now, once you are actually in bed, you don't usually fall asleep instantly. It's a process. We call this drifting off. It's that feeling when you are halfway between being awake and being asleep. I love that feeling, unless I'm in a meeting. Here are 3 examples. The movie was so boring that I started to drift off after 10 minutes. I love listening to soft music. It helps me drift off peacefully. The professor's voice was so monotonous that half the class began to drift off. I've definitely been that student. But Sam, what happens when you can't drift off? What if your brain won't stop thinking? Then you are probably going to toss and turn. This describes moving around in bed, changing positions because you are uncomfortable or worried. I tossed and turned all night because I was so nervous about my job interview. It was so hot in the hotel room that I just tossed and turned until 4 a.m. The bed was quite lumpy, so I spent the whole night tossing and turning. That sounds exhausting. And if you toss and turn all night, it means you have a sleepless night. This is a very common collocation. It means you got 0 sleep or very, very little. Exactly. It's a noun phrase. For example, after drinking that double espresso at dinner, I had a total sleepless night. The neighbors were having a loud party, so we had a sleepless night. Many new parents have sleepless nights for the first few months of their baby's life. Poor parents. But let's look at the bright side. What happens on Saturday morning when you don't have to work? You get to sleep in. My favorite activity. To sleep in means to stay in bed later than usual. I don't set an alarm on Sundays because I love to sleep in. We slept in until noon because we were exhausted from the trip. I'm so jealous. I wish I could sleep in, but my dog wakes me up at 6 a.m. Finally, after you eventually get out of bed, maybe after a sleepless night, you need something to make you feel awake. You need to perk up. To perk up means to become more lively, cheerful, or energetic. I'm always a bit grumpy in the morning until I have a cup of coffee to perk me up. The cold air outside really helped me perk up on my walk to work. The team was looking tired, but the coach's speech helped everyone perk up. You've got the vocabulary, you've got the examples, and now it's time for the music. We've chosen a song that uses several of these phrases. As you listen, try to identify, did the singer sleep in? Did they toss and turn? Use your ears and try to catch as much as you can. Enjoy the music, and we will be back in a moment for the review.
Tucked in the day, like a note in my drawer. Pull the blanket up high, but my brain asks for more. I count little sheep, they keep starting a band. One wears my glasses, one's got popcorn in its hand. I'm staring at the ceiling like it owes me a sign. My body says please, my thoughts say not tonight. I toss and turn, my pillows losing. My mind says no, I'm gonna turn in right after one more spin. I have a sleepless night and I'm so clock on the wall is a tiny rude face. It keeps looking so proud, like it won the race. I perk up at 2 for a snack and a scheme. I ate half a banana and forgot what I mean. Now the sheets are all tangled, like they learned my routine. I'm wide as a window, you're asleep if you know what I mean. I toss and turn my pillows, losing hope. I try to drift off, but my mind says nope, nope. I'm gonna turn in right after one more spin. I have a sleepless night and I'm still smiling in it. Baby, I'll sleep in when the sun's on the floor. Maybe I'll wake up late and forgive myself more. One eye on the ceiling, one foot in the dream. I'm a tight little headline in tomorrow's spin. I toss and turn my pillows, losing hope. I try to drift off, but my mind says nope, nope, nope. I'm gonna turn in right after one more spin. I have a sleepless night and I'm still smiling in it. I have a sleepless night and I'm still smiling in it.
Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that track. Let's do a lightning-fast review of our 6 phrases. Turn in, go to bed. Drift off, start falling asleep. Toss and turn, move around because you can't sleep. Sleepless night, a night with no sleep. Sleep in, sleep later than usual. Perk up, gain more energy. Now it's your turn to participate. We want to hear from you in the comment box. Write your own example sentence using one of today's phrases. And don't forget to tell us which country you are from. We love seeing how global our SongcCast family is. Remember, the first 3 people to comment with a correct sentence will get a special shout out in our very next episode, just like Ramon and Kelfi. Before we go, make sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode, comment with your examples, and share this with your friends who are learning English. Thanks for listening to the English SongcCast. We hope you have a great day and a very restful night when you finally turn in. Bye, everyone.